Okay, so this week been pretty busy, same as last week really, same as every week these days. I'll show you what I've been doing I've been working on the passenger side, basically. I haven't actually got any decent pictures of what it looked like before, so unless you've seen it recently, which you probably haven't, then you probably won't realise what's been done. But I've done quite a few hours work here. So basically, wanted to make the shape better for this centre console. So before it was all very square, so there's sort of that there, which is going to change. It's going to have like a section, like a curved section there to match this. But I've been sort of making this more of a curved section, so it's going to be angled over a bit more yet. It's going to be sort of made nice and curved and look a bit nicer, to basically match in with this and to match in with the area under here, which is one of the bits we're working on. So this sort of curves along up there now and goes along there, and it's going to blend into this, basically, is the idea. So yeah, what happened before, how it was working before, everything was very square. This section, I'll run through them all. This section here was went up here, then down there, and weird, some sort of weird shape. So I've made that nice and flat now, and obviously that'll be curved under and everything else. The underneath section, you can see some of it's still there actually. I'm still chopping a little bit of this out at the moment. It's the last piece. And obviously that'll be taken out and made flat and made smooth and everything else under there. We've got this section here, which is still technically like a squarish section, which will sort of stay pretty much. But I've sort of angled the edge here a little bit, sort of put a bit of a radius on the edge. That's going to continue, so that'll be a bit further around. So that'll be a nice curve comes around here into this section, which was completely a state, which is why it still looks a bit of a state, but I've had to basically chop it out, done a bit of sculpting pretty much for this. So this is going to all be fiberglassed in, so it's going to be a nice curve under there where that's where the seat sits, so it has to be this shape. When the seat's in, you can't see any of this anyway, but it'll look much better than it is now. All this section's been chopped out, so all this underneath here, there's like a jagged out piece here, there's a section here which came round and kind of came bulged out. I'll try and find a photo of it before. I'm not sure I've got one. I probably should have took one before I started really. This kind of bulged out in a big chunk here, and then it kind of went in the right state. So once I got this bit and knew how this bit was going to be, now I can basically blend all this in, so it's all going to be nice smooth fiberglass down there, in there, and then along there. What I've also been doing, I've got the screen test fitted. I've got a 24-inch screen. Ignore the little watermarks on it. I've just been cleaning it off because it's covered in dust. But yeah, that's basically got a frame around it now. So there's like a little frame you can see here, and then that's also been sort of taken up there, like a bit of radius again on there, so it meets the edge of the where it's going to sit for here. So it's all going to nicely blend in and be nice and tasty up there. It's going to be the same up here. That's going to blend into the dash. There's a bit of a lip there, so that won't be there eventually. That'll just literally like clip on and be like a bit of a radius there. Same on this section. I've done some filler work here because this was basically off. This is obviously the first layer of filler. It's nowhere near yet. I've got to get the screen out to do it properly really again. But this base is going to be nice and flat, but also radius, like a nice sort of curved shape, curved along here as well, rather than being square like it was before. It's got to be a slightly squarish because it's obviously you need to be able to see the screen from out here, but that's the idea once the PS5's on and everything else. So that'll be all nice and visible basically. This section, now I know where this is going to finish, this area. This section is now going to come around here a little bit more, so I'm going to bring that in and blend it in there to there as well. At the moment it goes underneath there, which looks fine, but it really needs to be all matching and all sort of nice and curved and decent sort of shape. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. So this week, well next week should I say, I'm going to be doing some more fiberglassing quite a bit. I'm going to be getting all this section done, all down here, all fiberglass. This is going to be fiberglass, this trim, get all the edges, radius and everything else. So it's going to be quite a busy week as per usual. But by the end of this week, this other side here should look quite nice. I'm also going to get seat test fitted again, basically so I know where I am with the sides here. But basically this is going to be all covered. There'll be a nice wooden cover on here, same as the other side, and you won't see none of that. It'll all be nice and tidy, but you'll be able to access it all as well, and that's going to blend into this section along here. So yeah, I'll bring a seat and I'll get that sorted as well. So yeah, it's cracking along nicely. But let me know what you think. Subscribe if you can, it all helps, and I'll do another video probably at the end of next week, I would have thought.